Michael looks rich. But there is an invisible force quietly stealing his future. Meet Michael. You probably know someone like him. Maybe you've even envied him. He's 28. He drives a car that turns heads. He orders the expensive appetizers without checking the price. He lives fully in the moment. From the outside, Michael looks like he's winning. He looks like what we are often told wealth is supposed to look like. But beneath this picture, something is quietly working against him. A slow, mathematical erosion he cannot see, already shaping his future. Now look at Daniel. Daniel drives a 5-year-old car. He makes his coffee at home. Nothing about his life demands attention. To most people, Daniel looks ordinary, almost invisible. He skips expensive trips, keeps his lifestyle simple, rarely feels the need to impress anyone. And yet Daniel understands something Michael does not. Looking rich and being rich are often exact opposites. Let's rewind 3 years. Both men landed the same job. Same salary. Same starting line. At the end of each month, they each had about $400 left. Michael saw that money as a reward. A nicer car lease. Better weekends. Upgrades that made life feel more exciting. He told himself the quiet promise many people make, I'll start saving when I earn more. Daniel saw that same $400 differently. He didn't see spending power. He saw future freedom. Instead of spending it, he invested it into a diversified, long-term index fund. In his mind, those dollars were no longer currency. They were workers. He sent them away with one instruction. Grow. Multiply. Bring back more workers. For the first few years, nothing seemed to happen. This is what many investors experience, the valley of disappointment. Progress feels invisible. Sacrifice feels visible. Friends say things like, "You're young. Enjoy your life." And if Daniel is honest, part of him feels the pull. Because saving is uncomfortable. It can feel like you're giving something up today for a future you cannot yet see. But while Michael was upgrading his lifestyle, Daniel was quietly upgrading his future. Now fast forward 15 years. They are both 40. Michael has a good career. A busy life. Plenty of memories. But very few assets. For the first time, it unsettles him. So he decides to get serious. I'll do exactly what Daniel is doing, he tells himself. I'll invest every month and catch up. It sounds logical. But there is one problem. Time doesn't rewind. Using a conservative long-term assumption of about 7% annual returns, a figure commonly referenced in financial planning, the difference becomes staggering. Because Daniel didn't just invest money. He invested early. And early money behaves differently. Now his investments are generating returns. And those returns are generating returns of their own. Momentum has taken over. Even if Michael invests aggressively from this point forward, he may never fully close the gap. Not because he isn't working hard, but because compounding quietly rewards those who begin sooner. This is the truth many people only realize too late. You cannot buy back time. Eventually, Daniel reaches a moment where his investments begin earning more each year than he personally contributes. His money is no longer simply working. His money's money is working. And the distance between the two lives becomes more than financial. It becomes freedom. Daniel can walk away from a toxic job. Michael cannot. Daniel can take time off when life demands it. Michael hesitates. Daniel sleeps through economic downturns. Michael lies awake, worried. The gap is no longer measured in dollars. It is measured in choices. Michael's story is not tragic because he was careless or unintelligent. It is tragic because the cost of waiting never looked expensive when he was younger. It looked small. It looked like dinners out, new devices, slight lifestyle upgrades. But delayed investing quietly sends a bill into the future. And that bill always arrives. Life offers two kinds of discomfort: the discomfort of discipline, or the discomfort of regret. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. So pause for a moment and consider your own life. Are you building a facade or a foundation? You do not need a sudden windfall. You do not need perfect timing. You do not need financial genius. You simply need to begin. Small, imperfect, consistent. Because the only thing more expensive than starting yesterday is waiting until tomorrow. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Always evaluate investment decisions based on your personal financial situation or consult a qualified financial professional. If you want to stop chasing money and start letting it work quietly in the background of your life, consider subscribing to Quiet Wealth. We don't shout about getting rich quickly. We speak about getting rich patiently and staying that way.